Right, next thing we're going to do is add the agent's prep. So I'm just going to grab that, drop it in, connect it up. So if you remember, the agent prep in the other example is used to tell Houdini which parts of the rig constitute different parts of the body, right? So for our example, we're interested in the legs, the lower limbs. So we need 2 of these, 1 for each leg. We need to tell it which parts of the rig is the toe, the ankle, the knee, and the upper leg. These are the defaults, that's why we've got an error. We can't find them in the rig that we've got. These are from these rigs, okay? So we need something for the toe, so let's have a look. If we go down, we can find left toe end we want. Okay, that's our toe, and you can see the guide there. Let's make it, maybe we can make it bigger. There we go. And then we need an ankle. So I think ankle is left foot, if I remember correctly. Left foot, there we go. Knee, so knee, we need, I think it's just left leg in this rig, left leg. And then hips, I think is left up leg. Where is up leg? There we go. Okay, so we've got them all for the left. Now we just need to copy and paste to do these for the right leg. Okay, so the toe first. Well, it doesn't matter which one you do first. Ankle, the knee, and the top of the leg. And we just need to change these to right. And then we should see the guides come in. I'm gonna go to change that to right. Copy and paste this in. Control V. Excuse me. Control V. And Control V that. And there we go. Great. And then what I'm going to do is copy and paste this over to the other agents also. They're both the same rig, so you know the names are the same. I'm going to press W and go back into my shaded view, and then I'm going to find, we should really be using a T-pose. We don't have one in our setup here, but that's okay. So I'm going to find a point at which I'm going to turn off the clip locomotion as well. This is just for display purposes, so we turn this on in the actual simulation, if you remember, just so I've got it in one spot basically. And I want to find a point there where my foot is flat on the ground. Okay, and then if I go back into my wireframe node, you can see here the heel is not on the ground, so we need these points to be on the ground. I'll explain why in a moment. So you can just grab your handle tool, and then maybe I'll go into this front mode, space 3 to do that, and then just bring this down to the ground plane. Okay, and maybe the front as well, just a little bit. Is that moving? It doesn't look like it's going. Stuck for some reason. Let's go out and come back in. There we go. Space 3 again. Great. And then the same with the other side. So I'm going to go back into my shaded view and run this until that foot is flat. Something like that. Okay, back into wireframe, press W to go into that. Bring the heel down to the ground. And the toe just a little bit. Great. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same here. With the woman rig. So let's see, that looks flat there. Yeah. So front, press W, it's going to my wireframe. The toe looks okay. Grab the heel, bring that down. While you're doing this, we should see, yeah, you see this offset coming in. Okay, and then back into my shaded view. And then bring the other foot down. About there, it should be flat. Space 3, W, and grab the ankle, bring that down. Great. So that's fine like that. Go back into my space 1 to go back into perspective view. And shade it back on. Okay, so that's all done there. So now go back into agent prep. Go into additional channels here. And I'll explain what we're doing here. So we're, as I said, telling Houdini which part of the rig is what, okay? And the reason that we're doing it is to enable foot locking. So when our agents are running around, when the foot is on the floor, we don't want it to be sliding or rotating or doing anything, right? When the foot is on the floor, I want it to be still. So we need to tell the solver where it, which part of the rig is the foot. It's obvious to us just looking at it, but to the solver, the rig is just a bunch of transforms and bones, right? So yeah, we use a chop network to identify when the foot is on the floor. So that's either by distance to the ground or the actual speed of the foot. Okay, and this can be done automatically for us now, which is really handy. So if we come up here and just click this create foot plant chop network. Okay, and you see we get this chop network created for us. And then if we dive inside there, just going to go back to the first frame. You can see for every clip, I'm going to run the 3 different runs. We've got this foot plants node. Okay, and then if we go, let's see, into the motion effects view, we can see there the foot planting working. So when, I can't remember which way around it is. I think when it's 1, it means the foot is on the ground, and when it's 0, it's not. Okay, and you can control this with this speed threshold here, which is linked up to the outside. So let's just take a look at all of them. So that one you can see is not picking it up for this let's see the others. That one's flat. Excuse me. So we might need to let's see, raise this up a bit. There we go. I think I remember. So because we're, let's see if I hide the others. So end planted. Might even need to come up a bit more. Excuse me. What do we have? Oh, we still got 0.3 on that one. That's why. Tell you what, if we come out here, then we have this speed threshold here, which is already at 3, so they should be at 3 on the inside. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and these also, yeah. Let's take a look at that. There we go. There we go. Great. So the default is, I think the default works well when you're at the correct scale, which we're not at the moment. At the correct scale, yeah, there we go. So you can see that we've got values between 0 and 1, and I suppose, I can't remember which way it is, but I think 0 means it's on the ground, yeah, and 1 is not. Okay, so when the value is 0, then the foot is stays still, it doesn't move. Great. Okay, these. Okay, and then we just do the same with the female agent. Okay, so just come here to additional channels, create foot plant chop network. Excuse me. And then I'll just change this up to speed threshold to 3 as well. This should be, you know, about the same for these also, and the same for the ankle. Just double check all of these are the same. Are all set to 3 now. Great, and then just have a quick look at these ones. Put the visualizer there. There we go. There we go. Great. Okay, so that's all set up. Let me maybe we can just have a quick look at this working. So we have this, let me think what it's called, agent terrain, I think. Terrain adaptions. Okay, so we connect our agents in here. Okay, and then we need to connect a terrain, so we'll just drop a grid. Okay, let's make this a bit bigger. Shouldn't matter actually. And then if I move this, well, and let me see. I think if we change this to the up, yeah, there we go. So now you can see when I move this, the feet are planted to the ground, and the leg kind of adjusts to the terrain, right? And I think even if I twist it as well, you can see the foot rotating to adjust to the ground, right? So yeah, that's good for when you've got uneven terrain, you know, agents running over like rocky, natural kind of environments. It looks much more natural. And as I said, you can also add, I don't know if I did say actually, you can also add the torso and the upper limbs, so the back and the arms, so that when an agent is going uphill, they would, you know, people typically lean forward when they're going uphill or lean back when they're going downhill. Can also use this for the upper limb, so that will include the head and the spine, to use the look at, right, which I think I explained earlier. So if there's something that you want the agents to look at, to focus on, then you can tell Houdini to turn the rig to compensate for that. No matter which way they are facing, if they're running away, they'll turn their head round, look at it, which can be really cool. Cool, okay.